What's up, y'all? It's your boy eBay Fight Predictions in the building, and I'm gonna be breaking down Kevin Holland versus Marvin Vettori. This is a late notice fight, y'all. Craziness, craziness. If you do follow my channel, and if you are a regular subscriber, you did notice I accidentally released an early full card predictions. I release them a week early. I don't ever release them 2 weeks early. So I kind of gave you guys a kind of a look of how early I do my full card predictions. But yeah, I made a mistake, but luckily I guess I released it at the right time because Darren Tool pulled out with another injury. I think his collarbone. Something happened. Keep your head up, homie. Obviously, I'm not gonna lie. I made some dishes towards Darren Till, but I'll keep that to myself. At the end of the day. So yeah, Kevin Holland comes in short notice. He is coming off a loss to Derek Brunson, and I think that was two weeks ago. Maybe three. That was a decisive fight. Very very definitive. I like the kid Kevin. He's a good kid. I want to say thank you to Kevin Holland for competing and for giving us a show. Nothing against Arnold Allen and Sadiq Yusuf, two legitimate contenders that are going to bring it. I do have a breakdown for them too, so that's going to be coming out tomorrow, I think, early in the morning, 9 a.m. I think, so keep your head out for that. But those guys don't have the star potential that a guy like Kevin Holland and Marvin Vettori, guys that have main evented pay-per-views, not main evented pay-per-views, main evented fight nights, guys that have been big players in pay-per-views, man. Kevin Holland's performance against Jacare Souza, I mean, a phenomenal performance. Marvin Vettori's, destruction of Carl Robertson. So these guys, they bring in weight. Fight fans know them. Real hardcore fans know them. A lot of people know Kevin Holland though. They do know a lot of people are catching on to him. So people are gonna watch this. Some people were a little disappointed with Holland's his actions at what was it at UFC. It was the fight. It was a fight night basically with Brunson and the way he acted. But yeah, but yeah. So I will be for fight week. You can look at my full card predictions. I will put that on my home as one of the videos to watch. On my YouTube homepage, so you guys can check that out. I'm pretty sure most of those fights are still intact. But for the whole week, I will be doing breakdowns for Mike Perry versus Dan Rodriguez, Arnold Allen versus Sadiq Yusuf, and Mackenzie Dern versus what's the girl's name? Nina Ansarov. Yeah. So I will be doing that. I just wanted to say that. But yeah, let's get to the breakdown. I know the intro was really, really long, and I talked about a lot of stuff, and I was all over the place. But hope you guys forgive me for that. It is what it is. But let's talk about these stats, man. Let's look at, where these guys line up with each other. Marvin Vettori, I think, was done a big disservice by the UFC rankings, and I have no problem with them putting Derek Brunson at number 4. Derek Brunson is a grinder. Blonde Brunson is my boy. Y'all know I picked him to beat, Kevin Holland. I got that one right. But nowhere should I see Marvin Vettori as the number 6 guy in the world. Jack Hermanson was number 5. Marvin beats him. I understand Darren Till beat Kelvin Gastelum. Kelvin Gastelum had a very, very high ranking. But Marvin Vettori's skill v skill is just better than Darren Till. He's a legitimate middleweight. Darren Till, with all due respect, is a failed welterweight contender. That's just the facts. So I don't appreciate Marvin Vettori being 6. Kevin Holland is number 10. That is, I think, a reasonable ranking for him. But I think they should have switched that around. Marvin and Darren Till. Marvin should be at number 5. I get it. You want to reward Derek Brunson for his greatness. Go ahead. I have no problem with that. But it is what it is. So Marvin comes in with a record of 16-3 and 1. He has 1 draw on his record. He's from Italy. He's fighting at a King's MMA, age 27, height 6 foot, and a reach of 74. So this is the interesting fact about this matchup. How well does Marvin deal with the reach disadvantage? Holland, on the other hand, comes with a record of 21-6. Fights out of Fort Worth, Texas, age 28, height of 6'3", and a reach of 81. There's a big reach disadvantage here, and this is probably the real thing we gotta look at this for this matchup. How does Vettori handle the reach disadvantage? If we look at notable wins for a guy like Marvin Vettori, man, he did me real good against Jack Hermanson, man. I told y'all he was gonna beat that fool. He got it done, and he did his thing. He made him sorry. But in terms of notable wins, you got to go Jack Hermanson, Carl Robertson. He had a draw with Omari Makadev. He does have a bad loss. I will consider the Antonio Carlos Jr. loss bad. We look at where Antonio Carlos Jr. is right now. He's fighting at PFL. Has a loss to Brad Tavares. Ian Heinisch has proven, and Uriah Hall has proven to have terrible wrestling and, just ineffective on the ground. But yeah, he's competed against guys like, Omari Makadev, Carl Robertson, and Jack Hermanson. He's been scheduled to fight Omari in a rematch. He's been scheduled to fight Jacare Souza and Darren Till. Also, he had, this is just sad. He had, even before the Carl Robertson fight, he was scheduled to fight Carl Robertson twice and Darren Stewart. That's combined 6 canceled bouts, and now I look at Andrew Sanchez. That's 7 combined canceled bouts. This guy has been working hard. Like, people wonder why this guy's so angry. It's because I don't think he beat Adesanya. I will admit that. But when you're just constantly being overlooked, and even me at one point, I used to, when I was hating on Adesanya's run through the top, right? I was saying, he went to a split decision with a guy like Marvin Vettori. Who did he beat? Rob Wilkinson, Marvin Vettori, and then he gets a fight with Derek Brunson. I would say, I think there was a third fight. I might be forgetting, but I used to use that as a detractor, but now I'm figuring out, man, Marvin Vettori is a killer, and he's our savior. If we want Adesanya out as middleweight champion, I truly believe that, in my humble opinion. Kevin Holland, if we look at notable wins for him, man. He went on one hell of a run in 2020. He killed it in 22. Really, really good. Jacare Souza, Darren Stewart, Joaquin Buckley. Out of those 5, I consider his best wins. He has a win over DeChirico, Gerald Mearshart, John Phillips. Decent wins right here and here. And I think his highest ranked win right now is against Jeff Neal. He did it in 2017 and knocked him out. Well, he TKO'd him in the 3rd round. So that is one of his best wins, I would say. That has aged beautifully. Neal is number 10, I think, at welterweight, if I check. Maybe 11, if we see Komar Usman. Let's go. Yeah, he is actually number 11. He went down because Woodley went down in the rank. Woodley's number 10. They should match them up, by the way, just to say. But yeah, man, he's competed against good guys, and he's coming off a loss to Derek Brunson. Here's why I actually have respect for Kevin Holland in this matchup. Kevin Holland thrives in these kind of late notice matchups. He does well. I used to tell Yusuf Zalal he needs to stop doing these late notice matchups. But maybe that's why he was so good, is because he did these late notice matchups. Holland, what he did to Jacare Souza, I truly believe Jacare Souza was caught. Jacare Souza is a guy that went to a split decision with Jan Blachowicz. I was watching that fight with one of my homies, and my homies, he truly feels like Jacare won that fight. Me, I thought it was a boring fight, and I thought everyone lost in terms of that discussion. But, we look at what Jan Blachowicz has done, and that fight with Jacare Souza was only just last year. It was before COVID, really. And now we look at Adesanya and what he did to Adesanya. I rewatched the fight without commentary this time, and I had Jan Blachowicz destroying and just making Adesanya look like a fool. I know it's gonna piss some of y'all. I'm just playing, y'all. No, he, in my humble opinion, he won 4-1. It was a good technical fight, but Jan Blachowicz proved that he was the superior MMA fighter. And he sent that dumb black boy home, crying probably. That he ain't, I'm not double champ. Hey, can y'all imagine a world with Adesanya with two belts? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That black boy really thought he was gonna get two belts. I don't know what's wrong with him. But here's how I feel. I think Holland is a legitimate underdog in this fight. If you pick Holland, I'm not gonna mock you. I don't think you're crazy. I think you might be onto something. I love Marvin Vettori. That is my guy. I am. He is just as angry as me. He matches my energy during post fight. I get mad and crazy, right? Y'all see those fucking post fight reactions, but I can see them. There are some issues in this match. Holland is no walk in the park. I truly believe Marvin Vettori has worked really, really hard for this training camp and deserves to fight for a belt. I don't know if he's going to get it after winning this. I just don't know. That's not how the world works. That's not how the UFC works. He's probably going to have to fight one more. But I think he's been working super hard, and I don't think he thinks Kevin Holland is a pushover. If he thinks Kevin Holland's a pushover, then this fight is over. Holland might take it, you know. But I do not think Vettori has that mindset. I think Vettori has a growth mindset. I think he truly believes he is getting better and better and better every day, and that he can beat these guys. I don't think he thinks he's better than these guys necessarily. I think he's on their level. I think a lot of people have underrated this guy, and he reads too much into it. I think that's his number one problem. He gets too mad about people saying they don't think he's that good or this or that. He gets really pissed off about that. But that's what makes him great, is that he's so driven. And I think, like, here's what I'll say one way Holland I think Holland can catch him with an uppercut. I think Holland can catch him with any strike and with the straight right. He has a really good straight right. I give him that. He hits it down the pipe the way he hit Joaquin Buckley, beautifully. But Joaquin Buckley and Marvin Vettori are not even on the same planet, other than the fucking same level. So he can catch him early. He has a puncher's chance. That's what I'll say. Yes, he has a good guard, and he showed his good guard against Jacare, but he caught him. I've seen him get dominated low-key on the ground by a guy like Thiago Santos. And yeah, that was his first fight, but he's always had decent jiu-jitsu, right? It's just it might have gotten better, but Derek Brunson is not a wizard on the ground. He's a wrestler. I think he might have maybe one submission. I don't know how many submissions he has on his record, but he's more of a ground and pound kind of wrestler. He's a grinder. He's a hump boy. You can call him whatever you want, but he will beat your ass. That's the kind of guy Derek Brunson is, with any means necessary. But he ain't submitting you, though. That's something he ain't going to do. Marvin Vettori can do it. Carl Robertson is not a bad grappler. I feel like this is... At first I didn't. I said that maybe this might go to decision of Marvin. But I'm starting to see that Marvin's going to run right through this guy, and he will do it. I've seen him do it before. I've seen what he did to Carl Robert. I thought that fight was going to be good. But what he did to Carl was just... I wouldn't be surprised if Carl went back home and cried after what Marvin did to him. He ran him over. Like, legitimately ran him over and submitted him like he was a nobody. So I gotta go Marvin Vettori. I'm saying second round submission. I think the first round might be competitive, but I think Marvin's gonna find his shots. He sets up his takedowns with his strikes. I think he'll overcome the reach disadvantage. He's fought a guy like Adesanya, and he's able to overcome it. Maybe later in the rounds he might get the submission, but I think a third or fourth isn't a bad pick. But I'm saying second round submission. I think Marvin gets him when he's dry. Marvin needs this. Marvin really, truly, truly needs this win. I'm repping Italy right now. Italy might have a future champion. I am praying y'all get one. I am tired of this Adesanya clown. I remember when Weidman was champ. Those were some bad years, man. But, my boy Luke Rockhold, he saved the division. Now, he didn't end up being a long-term champion. And I don't want to compare Marvin to Luke, but, I can see Marvin really beating Adesanya. But I don't see him keeping that belt, though. It's so weird. I don't know why. But I think Vettori is the savior that we need. And you know the thing about Weidman, I like him more now than I like him before. Like I actually like him more as a as a gatekeeper or as an older vet in the division than I did as champ. I know I hated him when I was younger, but I just wanted to say that. But yeah, I got Vettori getting this down, second round submission. Let me put this in my Tapology. Let me put it in, y'all. And yeah, man. I think this is a hard fight for Holland, man. Respect to the kid, man. He wants to be great. And I have nothing against that. But he needs to put in the work. He needs to get better. I can't wait for him to go after he takes this loss. I'm sorry. I know I'm talking so reckless right now. But after he takes this loss, I would love for him to join the greatest gym of all time, aka no disputes. Do not argue with me. Do not at me. You know we got the goats. So I would love for him to go over there, get some good work. You know, guys like Kyle Crutchmer and Deron Wynn will give him the work he needs, and he can rebound from this. You know, these two losses are Derek Brunson. I know some people like, oh, if you can't beat Derek Brunson, you're not top 5, man. That doesn't define you. You know, I truly believe a loss is a loss. Yeah, Derek has lost to some fucking weirdos like Adesanya, but I mean, Derek is a good fighter. And he was better. You know, Derek, for that Adesanya fight, in my humble opinion, was like, you know, he was training in Charlotte. He was running his own gym. You know, Adesanya got, I don't know. Derek runs it back. You never know. Hey, I know I'm just out here fantasizing about ways Adesanya can lose his belt. I know I sound crazy, but it is what it is. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to follow me on my Twitter. Don't forget to follow me on my Instagram. All those links will be down in the description. If you're new, subscribe. Go join the eBay Fight Nation. You know, we out here, not eBay Fight Prediction Nation. You know, we out here getting these dubs, and we humble with it. We don't talk mess. We don't brag. I don't judge anyone for their picks. You know, picks are picks. It's just that's what it is at the end of the day. You can get it right, or you can get it wrong. You know, but yeah, you know, share the video. Go click the notification button. Comment. You know, I want to talk to you guys. You know, ask me questions. It is. You know, I haven't really been communicating with you guys. It's been kind of tough. I do work. I will say that. So if I don't respond to you as quick as possible, don't take it to heart. I am probably working or whatever. So, but I always try to respond. You know, I like y'all. It's a good community we got here. And yeah, that's it. I hope I said everything I need to say at the end of this video. I love y'all and goodbye.